Well, hello everyone, welcome, it's me, Solid, to have you back here. Welcome to another episode of Upgrade Hell Thursday. This time around, we are actually going to be upgrading weapons, and wouldn't you look at that, we're actually back in our PC today, and, well, hopefully it doesn't ignite before I can actually upgrade the weapons, and ideally, I can actually upload this, so I'm going to try and take as little time
Would
as
you
possible,
like a
but,
fun game between the two of us?
I shall have
yeah,
no one
overall,
tarnishing victory's honor.
I don't necessarily have too much like crazy plans. I do want to talk a little bit about a couple things because, in all honesty, I was a little surprised. Let me tell you what am I surprised about. So, Sendless Zone Zero did actually finally outdo Wuwa in something, and I'll give and I don't know if y'all know this, but like again, I play both games at this point, right? It's not like anything super crazy. It's just like, hey, I play the games, I get around it, right? And the main thing that I found really amazing, right, about whatchamacallit, about playing multiple games is that you actually get to experience things from different perspectives. That's kind of the main thing. But oh, what happened? You may be asking. Well, what happened is that, and put simply, Wuwa released a pretty, or not Wuwa, Zenless actually released a skin for a 5-star character that's actually pretty amazing. And now I gotta give credit to Zenless for doing that. Now I will say this though, it is definitely a bit of a costly, but on the note, if you haven't been spending any gems or like orbs or whatever, like in-game currency, right? Because like I have it, I think it's polycurrents, right? If you haven't spent any of those, um, you have a one-way ticket to a new outfit for Vivian, right? Well, I haven't actually summoned on that character personally. I was very intrigued by it, and I was like, kind of like, I was actually considering it because I think Vivian is very like at least is one of the more interesting characters like in my recently. Now, in my opinion, there hasn't really been too much characters that have interested me in Zenless, right? And again, weird topic to bring up in what, but the reason is because again, it's gonna be kind of like a short one today. I just wanted to upgrade weapons and talk a little bit. While planning to make videos and ignite in the process. So yeah, no, so that happened. I was very surprised. I know Goldbrina recently came out. I don't know if you guys are summoning on the banner. I haven't actually checked anything out because I still haven't caught up to the story at all yet, so I don't even want to touch it. Um, but on an other actual news that I think everybody's excited for, we did get the announcement of hold on, and I can't pull it up on my computer, but I can talk about it. So Wuthering Waves finally released I believe they actually did release who was gonna come out. So we know like that they were coming out like soon. But we got two confirmations. We finally have the new version. Not the new version, but essentially the equivalent of Miyabi coming over to Sunless. Now, I won't necessarily say it's like as hype as Miyabi or as strong as Miyabi. I can't tell you if it's gonna be as strong as Miyabi. Um, and honestly, it shouldn't be compared if we compare it to Sunless. I hope to God it's not, because that character kind of broke the entire system of CCZ, and I don't think it has recovered yet. Uh, and again, in my opinion, still does not feel quite the same. So that is something I'm praying it doesn't happen. But apart from that, one of the second things that I have, do I have enough? Please. But TLDR, Cheesa just finally posted her on Wuwa, so I'm pretty excited of what's coming out. And she's releasing soon, so I actually will be summoning on her banner. Because I've been like again, I was looking for a character to summon on. I have been like looking because again, I really like the essentially the equivalent of Mavuika for Wuwa. The literally one of the sun gods kind of prospects. One of those beings of the sun or whatever. So we did get welfare mark all the way up, by the way. 586 attack, 48% crit, 48.6% crit damage. We still haven't gotten any echoes for Lupa, but that's kind of within time.
The power to split and merge matter.
We do have, obviously, have Cartethyias. This actually we're also going to upgrade as well. You guys may be noticing a couple of things bugging out a little bit. As I do believe my PC is bugging out a little bit. I'm not sure if it has to do with drivers or because also y'all, I'm kind of concerned a little bit. I don't know if so Windows 10 has finally died. It's finally dead. Now, the problem, among things, yeah, because I know we're talking about like Wuwa and all that stuff, but yeah, no, and honestly, I don't know how to like not there's no sorrow. It's just, man, like y'all ever feel like you're watching something, just watching it slowly burn away, and you think to yourself, man, this is really happening, and then you finally see it die. You finally see just it come to an end. Now, again, there's various thoughts. There's too much going on. ZZZ has their fucking shit. The new character skin cosmetic. I have that coming from the front line. Secondary, I have whatchamacallit? We're releasing Chisa, in my opinion, the most look like to Miyabi. Now again, there's been plenty of what is it? Essentially asserts to high school outfit styled battle outfits for Japanese swordsmen. That's a pretty standard trope in anime. Like if you've ever seen like a swordsman, that's pretty standard. In like certain animes, like I think one of the more famous ones is a comic from Comic Kill. Japanese swordsman with what's seemingly a Japanese high school outfit with again a katana. That's another example of that. I don't know if y'all remember that, but or if you even know what that is at all. But yeah, no, that's kind of like essentially kind of like the theme they're kind of going for, at least from my perspective, right? But yeah, no, I think we're like up to like a great start. In like the side of what kind of just have enough. I've been farming a bit, but I don't know if I have enough for everything. Not even off camera. It's just again, when you great version of a you can grind things like months and months ago, and months down the line, you'll be fine because you farmed all those years ago or all those months ago, basically, right? We still have some to get, but I think we're fine so far. We're not done yet, but yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on, like in not even the world too, but in Gacha games and just games in general. There's a lot of stuff to be excited about. And I don't know. I don't know how to handle it. The Windows 10, but I guess back to the Windows 10. I am personally a little bit worried about my performance in the computer. I mean, I already was, but it is also one of those things that like it's just bound to happen at one point. This is just like computers only last for so long. That's kind of the truth. We'll go with that. That. Have enough? Need 8. But yeah, no. Again, we're kind of getting to like a point in like electronics and just technologies is kind of getting into a new stage in life, and I don't think it's a good thing for the consumer or anybody that really just uses computers generally. Because again, I take for example, so we used to use NVIDIA, right? I actually felt like I actually looked into it. So technically speaking, they quote unquote make most of their money through through whatchamacallit, trying to think. They make most of their money through, again, like paying subscribers. But in all honesty, one of the problems that I had with the service, which again, uh, clearly not looking to get any like no, what would just get pity. I guess let's actually do my dailies because that's kind of it. We're done. Um, but yeah, no. Um, we hold on. I'm trying to think. So we essentially well not we essentially, right? So my brother had the servers. That's kind of the thing, right? And one of the problems that we kind of run into is that he started using it, and he kind of ran out of time, and we didn't know it actually had the time limit. Now again, there's no real issue with
How rude. Engulfed.
with a game having like a time limit. Actually, what I will be actually doing, I want to try and see if I can increase the amount of frames I have, because I think I've had that just lagging out.
The nerve.
Because what I've noticed, by the way, is if we limit the amount of FPS, that's actually worse for my performance.
Surge of deep
It doesn't actually let me get Now it impacts performance, but it doesn't let me. It makes the game much harsher to run, basically, right? LDR, I get like it's hard to like
Shape the shapeless.
to counter most of these guys with lower frames.
From ashen shell.
I thought originally that would have helped, but it doesn't really.
Sun blossom. Don't run.
I've also noticed that it's kind of missing Chris, but yeah, no. So Windows 10 being kind of like at its end of its life, it's kind of a very tough thing.
Let me be your blade. Tempest.
And again, there's only so much a person can do, right? I could upgrade to Windows 11, but in all honesty, I don't like Windows 11 at all because I'm already having issues with Windows 10 as it is, and it bugs me. It genuinely bugs me. I might upgrade some Echoes or actually clean out my data pack just because I can get stuff out of my mail. But yeah, no, it genuinely bugs me. Like you would not believe just having to deal with bug errors that are caused not because
Oh, this will be fun. Sink.
again, not because I did something wrong or maybe my computer's getting old, but because of a software being unoptimized or just kind of full of bloat, essentially, right?
Grafting. Suffer. Struggle harder.
So, like, what does a person do with like faulty software? So normally, when most normal human beings, if you get like something that you don't like as a service, you normally would return it, is what you would do. However, the problem with computers is that they only all come in like a couple of different sizes, right? As an example, right? The sizes being, in our case, Windows 11, Windows 10, which is kind of dying, so there's no that is no longer an option, technically speaking.
Let's
let's
reach
see.
farther destination.
We have Linux, so that's kind of a bit of a hard not necessarily like a hard pass. I have been looking into it. SteamOS just came out recently. It's kind of still in beta, so there's definitely some stuff you have to kind of figure out with that one. So it's not just an easy pass when they say go kind of thing. But many different options. The problem, and again, all of them have different issues, right? So, take for example, and not Android Android OS. Android OS is kind of like, from my understanding, is like a Linux, not even a Linux distro. It's like a Linux configuration of just for mobile. It's called Android, I believe. So, in all honesty, I think what I find kind of weird is that most people probably have an Android actually have a Linux technically on paper. I believe that's what Android is anyway. I'm trying to think. What I am gonna go with filter. I want it to be officers or rebasters, so I want it to be through cost. I think I've been farming the. Well, when we're pilgrimages, what I've been farming? I need this to not be. This is through cost. I will eat everything from the windmill pilgrimage that is. What is this? It's arrow damage, right? So arrow damage. So I need anything that is an arrow, or that's HP % for some reason, attack %. I don't know if there's like maybe some of those ones that are kind of not bad. Energy region I can probably take. Havoc probably take. You know what? I'm gonna grab these. Again, but by the times those might become usable, I probably will. They'll probably have like a different set as the main issue. Main attack, main defense. It's kind of like this. Where are these here? Well, where the fuck are these here? What? What the hell? Oh, attack %. Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay. Dummy. HP attack %. Main fusion damage spectrum. Glacier Electro healing bonus. I believe this is what you can get on the 3 cost. I might be wrong. I don't know if you can get. I can combine these. I'm gonna grab all of these ones now. That's this. Spectro, Havoc, Glacier, HP. Yeah, these are fine. Bath Immersion. Yep. We get 78. I still have what I believe to be a good chunk of echoes. I'm actually gonna grab the oldest ones. Clam. How did I get those ones? Clam. There. 18. I could probably do them next week, but I don't really want to risk some of that stuff. Grab that. Yeah, because I'm trying to just get the oldest. Kind of skimmed a couple of days of doing the. No, I did log in though. I don't even know what did I do those dailies. I'm not sure. It might have been like a weekly thing. So we have 15 days on this one. Fine. Now, I don't recommend doing this too much, primarily because this does kind of slowly kind of have like a limit on mail, so don't do this. I just sometimes just don't even bother with that stuff and just kind of like spam it. My data again. I've run into the issue with databank before, but yeah. I guess it's a bit of a trick if you just kind of want to do your dailies and get your stamina. You also get like a point for getting an echo, but I typically avoid it because I don't care too much. Especially with the amount of echoes you get from the game. I think we're fine. at least mask-wise, like I have way too many echoes that I don't know what to do with. Some of them don't have a use yet. Some of them will probably get used. Is again just a matter of time with certain things. But anyway, aside, yeah, no, I have no idea. I don't know what's happening, y'all. But again, this is gonna be fairly short. I don't know how long this is. 20 minutes, not too long, hopefully. But yeah, no, I am in a weird spot right now, where playing games is fine. Certain things in Windows are gonna be changing for me. I don't know if I'm gonna be upgrading to 11. I probably might need to, but until I really need to, I probably won't. However, I will probably not be using this computer like super online much. Again, with the kind of decay of Windows 10 updates, this kind of does become a bit of definitely a bit of a risk to your computer. So, if you are kind of like a user of Windows 10 right now, you probably might want to look into security updates for, if you, again, really we're talking for like a channel that you don't know about, but again, very concerning things, but with kind of a security risk of
Where will the wind take you?
of just people playing games. It's fucking dumb. But send that aside, I am kind of like in the lookout of just games that are gonna be kind of look like fun, like we got a lot to look forward to. The Vivian costume came out. Nikkei is coming up on its 3rd anniversary. That's also gonna look really good. As well as possibly what we call it. I'm trying to think. Nikkei 3rd anniversary. Vivian costumes. By the way, you do need 180 pulls for that, which I do think is kind of ridiculous. To be honest, I think 90 would have been kind of reasonable, especially with since they're giving you 74 days. So if there's nothing you like within 74 days, you were kind of cooked. Which again is probably like 2 to 3 patches. Not a lot of patches to maybe get a character outfit, which again very time limited. It's probably gonna cost you like a brick in a house. But for us free-to-play players, that's kind of like one of the world's first for a character that I would say was definitely a bit more hyped than other characters. Not necessarily super hyped. She kind of did come out somewhere in the story, and everyone was like, "Oh man, who's this character that looks so cute?" And she released, and she's good. I don't know much of her story, but besides that, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Games are looking fine. Windows is looking grim, and I tired of dealing with it. To be honest with you, not from the games, but from fucking operating system softwares. I don't want to deal with it. I am so tired that I can't just buy a PC and run everything else. And again, I bought a PC like years ago. I understand that, but at the same time, bro, it's dumb. Like I'll tell you something. I think they should make games playable by anybody. I would like to go back in good old days, but and again, it may not happen because again, technology leaping forward, but a fucking game competition slipping backwards for some fucking reason. Wuwa has been kind of doing fine. It does kind of have again some stutters in here, but yeah, no. Besides that, enough yapping. Again, very easy week this time around. I kind of wanted to kind of leave it as a very easy week because I also do have to do some grinding off camera, basically, on a couple of things. So, hope you guys enjoy this one. Have a good day. Stay solid, and let me know if you're summoning Galbrina or not. I am not, sadly, but I will probably be summoning on Cheese. Hopefully those pulls go well. I may be summoning on my phone or PS5, depending on it. I still have to voice over the main video. I just haven't gone around to download the video, especially since I actually have to voice over it for about an hour. So that's a bit tough. Because again, I do like the game, but an hour, man, that's a fucking hour I lost. All right, let's end this out. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Have a good day. Stay solid. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Where will the wind take you?